instead of being called Run With. It's Run With Katie. It's a training program, but it's still have a...
We might get this show on the road.
How are we feeling?
I think we can do a little bit better than that. How are we feeling? That's awesome. So I'm actually, thank you so much for coming on to the Vegan Fitness panel today. This is going to be a little bit different session to the one you might have seen previously. So this is going to be a very interactive session. So if you've got any burning questions you'd like to ask these superstars, please put your hand up. What we're going to do, have a little bit of introduction to each person, do Q&A, etc. And then I'm going to just launch into audience questions. So if you got anything you want to ask, please, protein, whatever, please do. But to start things off, I'm actually keen to know who I'm talking to. So hands up if you're like a hardcore vegan, 100% plant-based. Yeah, that's cool. Hands up if you're somewhat vegan, you know, pretty good, yeah, that's okay. Who here thinks this whole vegan stuff is a bunch of baloney? It's just complete nonsense. Men need to eat meat. Anyone? Anyone want to admit to it? I know there's someone out there. Because I tell you, I was just like those people. So in my early 20s, or actually most of my 20s, I was vegetarian. And as I got more and more into triathlon, I started looking a bit more closely at trying to get to the edge. And I went to a sports scientist, I did a blood test, and I said, you've got to eat meat. And I followed that advice. And I persisted that I think it's the worst advice I've ever followed. Anyway, long story short, until about 8 years ago, I spent the previous year basically injured, a lot of torn calves, hip injuries, etc., a lot of fatigue. And long story short, I thought my days of running around the bike around the world. Heaven forbid, heaven forbid. So I actually did want to not eat animal products, so I thought if I'm retiring from triathlon, I'll go vegan. I remember confiding in one of my friends who was this really ripped dude, he provided nutrition and all that kind of stuff, and I said to him, I'm thinking about going vegan. And I thought he was going to say to me, oh, look, that's great, you know, nice hanging around you. I probably won't see you ever again because it's too weak or lethargic, you know, from all the lack of protein, etc. But his response to me was, oh, that's awesome. You'll be so much faster. I was like, hang on, what? Anyway, so that sent me down a rabbit hole of a whole bunch of research, etc. Long story short, we started about vegan right down there. My first race for vegan was the Brisbane Vegan Expo, which is a race, 6K running race for the city in your budgie smuggle. And long story short, it's a fun one because there's a lot of fairly hardcore runners. And long story short, within about 3 or 4 K marks, I was so far ahead of everybody. I was basically running by myself through the city in my budgie smuggle. I got a few strange looks from the people, you know, knocking off from work, you know. But that for me was the real eye-opener. I was like, wow, there's something to this whole vegan thing. And over the next year or two, I basically won everything. So I do a lot of triathlons. I just think my worst result was 2nd place. And that included national titles in sprint and Olympic distance, and state titles in longboard. And I basically became a very annoying vegan. I was like, to my friends, like, run. You should go vegan, man, you know, it's a secret sauce, hacking your weak meat, blah. And the general response was for them to eat more meat. Because, you know, just shoving it down people's throats didn't work. What did work though, I had a lot of very, athletic friends, or at least people who aspired to be that way. And they saw my results and were like, I noticed them slowly becoming more plant-based. And so I thought, what's the biggest, baddest thing I can do to really put beyond doubt that getting plant-based is the secret sauce to get people fast? Long story short, I found Ultraman Australia. So Ultraman Australia is a crazy event. 10K swimming, 420K cycling, and just for good measure, a double marathon, an 84K run, finish off. Long story short, I finished 4th and 5th in 2 years running. In both years, the best one I was the first non-professional athlete across the line. For me, the whole plant-based thing gave me this. It could be a placebo, but I found a secret sauce to maximising recovery and essentially getting fitter, faster and stronger. And the more people I spoke to that, like anecdotal evidence, it was overwhelming. They were all saying the same to my esteemed colleagues. Now, I've gathered some ridiculously good-looking individuals, it has to be said, but super fit and super healthy, who are all plant-based. So I thought it'd be great to actually share their story with you guys, particularly the people that think you need to eat meat to have muscles, etc. So how's it going to work? A little bit of an introduction for each person, give a Q&A, and then you spark out and do a Q&A with the audience. So I think we might start with the beautiful Jacinta. So Jacinta Robinson is a weight loss and mindset coach. Jacinta, when did you go vegan and why?
I went vegan 4 years ago, and just like you, I wanted to increase my performance at the time. And so I thought, just like a car, when you put quality fuel in the car, it performs really well. So I wanted to do the same thing for me by increasing the nutrients that I was putting into my body.
Very simple. And obviously you work with a lot of clients as well for your business. How have you found that sort of, a little bit more veggies in their diet has actually helped their health and fitness?
Wow, it's been amazing to see people that are in their 60s running over half marathon lines, people losing over 100 kilos. It's been incredible to see the transformations. But just naturally, you can see it in their skin. They look more vibrant, their eyes are wider, and they feel more energized and they're happier.
And obviously you've got your clients, but tell me about your own weight loss journey, if you don't mind.
Well, I was addicted to chocolate and Diet Coke for many years, and I struggled with my weight. So I thought, just like anybody, okay, go on a vegan diet, I'm going to shred down and I'm going to be looking like all those athletes out there. Needless to say, that was only one component, and I realized that mentally I need to change as well, because I found myself binge eating and also then feeling guilty and then going to the gym and smashing myself out at the gym. Can anyone relate to that? Like, have you been in that position where you've ate food and you thought, oh, that's jeopardizing my results? Pop your hand up. Yeah, right. So I'm not the only one. Makes me feel better. But yeah, like I found a mentor, and they were heavily trained in the mindset component, and they helped me with that. And then I realized that really, at the end of the day, vegan helps, you feel great, but you also need to address the mind. And so that's what I did for myself, and I've been able to maintain a lean body. I've gone from being a strength coach, doing like bodybuilding competitions, to now doing my first marathon this year, which was incredible. I thought, I'm not a runner years ago, but now I've been able to achieve that and feel great. Like, I wasn't sore after my runs. My recovery was amazing compared to other people that have been eating meat that I'm friends with.
Cool. And if anyone's keen to go for a run with Jacinta, I'm alive with on at the 3 run session Saturday morning from South End. Speaking of running, I'm keen to talk to Katie now, if that's okay. So, Katie, you just come back from Bali. What were you doing over there?
So I went over to Bali to do an 84-kilometre ultra marathon overnight, from one side of the island to the other, for the Bali Children Foundation. So they raise money for disadvantaged communities over there. And yeah, I've been vegan since 2017. I used to be a bodybuilder back when I was 23, and so I believe that I needed meat and dairy, eggs, everything to thrive, and obviously the bodybuilding diet is very high protein, low carb. When I finished doing bodybuilding in 2008, I moved into triathlon, which is powerlifting. And yeah, I just found that I was always really bulky. I put on muscle really easily. And so I was training for the Triathlon World Championships in Chicago in 2017 when I first tried going vegan. And I thought, I'm just going to try it and go cold turkey. I used to have up to 4 eggs a day, tuna and chicken, one of those staples. I went cold turkey vegan, and on day 3, I was swimming in the pool, and I'm not a strong swimmer. And yeah, it was just crazy. I was wondering why I was feeling so good. I felt really light, effortless, energized. I was gliding through water, and it's going to hit me. Oh my god, I've been loading myself with so much animal protein, thinking that that's what I needed. And it actually, removing it, obviously reduced a lot of inflammation. My body was obviously kind of struggling to break down that protein. So that was, 2017, somewhat 7 years ago. And I haven't looked back. And yeah, I just find, it's much more energized. I lost a lot of bulk knees, and I am now into ultra running, so I've done over 10 ultra marathons, ranging from 50 kilometres up to 111 kilometres is my max distance. And I've done 5 this year, and without too much trouble really, like, and I just give it to the vegan side, just recovery, energy. I wake up at 4 a.m. most mornings. I'm a personal trainer as well and a run coach, so I jump out of bed, and people don't know how I do it, but good food and power naps and water. Running and bringing people together through running and for good causes is what I'm really passionate about.
And you just recently had a milestone birthday. Katie recently turned 40. Can you, 30, I reckon 30 tops. I think it's all a scam. But how do you feel, at 40?
I feel the best I've ever felt. And I'm good at it to being happy, doing something that I'm passionate about. Following a plant-based diet, whole foods, and being outside, running to the run. My goal in life is to get through to run. I think the more to run.
And again, if Saturday morning's don't suit you, I think Katie has a free running session on Friday morning from Houston, I believe, and you can find out more online. These guys are all over Instagram. Jacinta Robinson and Club Katie, fantastic groups. Speaking of happiness, I don't think I know anyone who's happier than this next bloke. He's got more mojo than I think anyone in this room. Where are we with you? Speaking of running, Katie's just done an 84k run, which is impressive. 84k, is that impressive? Katie, I believe you raised that $10,000 for the Bali Children's Foundation. Amazing. Not that is impressive. Jan, you went for a run around a running track recently. How far did you go?
So I ran 250 Ks for 31 hours. I did it to raise awareness for mental health and suicide, because it's something that means a lot to me. So I started at 6 p.m. on Friday night, and I made it continuously for 31 hours. I think I had to sleep probably for 5 to 10 minutes over the whole 31 hours, and finished with an average, if anyone seems running here, with 6 minutes 40 pace over 31 hours.
That's amazing.
You're the epitome of health fitness, Jan. Like, you've got a group pack full of people just keen to know how to get, or how to be, or how to maintain their health and fitness. So, have you got just some tips and tricks generally in terms of health and fitness?
For me, it definitely comes down to diet, enough sleep, good quality water. I've been eating plants predominantly for 8 years now, so I've been vegan for 8 years. And originally I went vegan for the animals, and then, if you've gone vegan recently, you would know you progress, and when you research, you find out about all of the other things, sustainability, how good it is for your health, and so on and so forth. And now I don't label myself as vegan, I just say that I eat plants. I am plant-based, but I am vegan, and I don't consume any animal products. I don't buy anything that has animal products. But coming back to your question in terms of how to live a good, healthy, happy life, I think it's not just your diet. It's a lot of things to do with good sleep, good recovery, good quality water, and a strong mental health mindset as well. So it encompasses a whole lot of things rather than just diet. But yeah, whole foods, Brad, is pretty much my whole diet, with the occasional, packaged food, which, we all like to eat that every now and then. But if 80% of your diet is clean, I don't see how you can really go wrong eating stuff that's from the ground. I do also undertake a lot of fasting as well. Not leading up to races or around when I'm doing these sort of endurance runs, but pretty much on the daily, I'll probably fast between 16 to 20 hours a day, and then have all my calories within a 4-hour to 8-hour window. To a lot of people that sounds crazy, but for me, I take it back to the people who used to roam the land. I know we have progressed and developed since then, but you know, you look at our ancestors, they would go days hunting on end and not be successful with having any sort of food at all, but when they did, they would feast and they would enjoy it. But they, you know, they smashed it. And yet here we are, you know, we can have a small meal, we can have a large meal, we can have whatever we want, 24 hours a day. That doesn't necessarily mean that our bodies are made to do that, or that we should actually do that. So, yeah.
And look, let's call it weekend our fast, our technical period, because there's a lot of really challenging things. We'll fast most of next week. Our diet starts tomorrow. And look, these guys are about the knowledge. Who would like to ask them a question? So we've got the lovely Mackenzie on a microphone as well. So if you'd like to ask these guys anything at all, please put your hand up. We've got a lot of questions. I might pick one on the microphone as well. Mackenzie, do you want to go first?
Hey. So this is just a general question for all of you, but what have you found as being the most efficient form of plant protein?
I love beans and legumes, like lentils. I like tofu, but I don't have a lot of it. But I basically I feel like I just give my body what it needs. So, you know, oats in the morning, some kind of lentil or bean with lunch. I've got the limits as well, which is awesome, so I can make my own patties, my own curries, and it's so cheap as well. Like, it's obviously a bit of an investment to buy it, but yeah, I think plant protein, yeah, a lot of lentils, beans, nuts, bit of tofu.
I think that's a great question, and I don't really focus on how much protein I'm getting per day. I'm not somebody who's fixated on the macronutrients. I'm more focused on the micronutrients and eating the colourful rainbow and, you know, what I can get. Like, I like to have a plate full of all of the colours. Protein, there is protein in vegetables, there's protein in literally everything that we eat. We don't need to go out and buy a processed form of protein like seitan or whatever to get that daily recommended amount. Again, everything in moderation, but everything that you consume has protein and more than enough. You know, we're not babies doubling in size, so we don't need a serious amount of protein. Even bodybuilders, like, you can get more than enough just by eating a variety of foods.
I totally agree. Everything that you guys have said, I basically do exactly the same, and it's to me it's about diversity. Like, it's been shown time and time again that to maximise the range of foods that you eat is the best thing for your microbiome, just general health. And I know, without a doubt, I feel healthiest and strongest as soon as fasting when I'm actually really making through it to try and diversify my food sources.
Oh, okay. I'm much like you guys. I'm not focused on the protein amount. I think it's something that when you're a meat eater, it is emphasized, like you need to have that certain amount of grams. But for myself, like you guys, have the variety. I do have a smoothie every morning though, because I know life is crazy and sometimes you are eating on the run, and I know that with my smoothie I put as much nutrients in there, like greens, seeds, things that have got lots of protein in there with the protein powder, which you can see in here. There's a few protein brands there, but if I have that, I know that I'm pretty set for the day.
Cool. Great question. Thanks.
I've got a question to Jacinta and any other coaches in the room. What's the biggest change you see in your clients when they go plant-based, more so around mindset, especially those people that have given it a go before and failed and not gotten to their goals? So really around the change in their mindset
Yeah, great question. I think a lot of the time my clients come to me they're focused on losing weight is the main reason. So mentally, what's going on in your head, maybe you're stressed at home, maybe you're stressed with your work. And so if I can teach you a few little strategies to create happiness in your life, to create a state that you feel like you're in the right place at the right time, then what happens is when you feed yourself nutrients and you are exercising, you feel better overall. And so that's something that you can sustain for life rather than just get on the food and do the exercise. Sometimes you can feel like, oh my God, I'm doing this and I'm trying to be healthy, but mentally you're not in a good state. So if I can give you those questions and strategies to ask yourself, then yeah, I found that it helps my clients sustain it for prolong my coaching. Does that answer your question? Cool. Do you have anything?
I'm not here. Just two questions. One's Jansen. Can I just ask, in regards to your fasting, is there a consistency in regards to the how you do that, like on a day-to-day basis? And my second question is just for everybody, just thoughts on coffee.
Absolutely. You know, I used to run off no coffee at all on the first time that I had coffee. Sorry, I'll get back to the other question. Yeah, I'm obsessed with it. In terms of fasting, for me, there's no consistency in every single day. It does range, like I said, from 16 to 20 hours. But if I am hungry, if I do feel like I have that urge to eat, then I will, listen to my body and give it what it needs. For me, I've been fasting, or have done fasting for over 10 years now. I've done as long as 30 days on water in a controlled environment with doctors and physicians and people looking over you. I've done juice fasting, I've done dry fasting, which is no water at all for 48 hours. For me, when I fast, I am so mentally clear. Like if I have a lot of stuff on for the day that I need to be super focused on, my brain just works in a different state where I can get so much done. I'm not worried about having to make my breakfast or make my lunch. But when I do refuel myself, I make sure that I am consuming enough calories, I am still getting all of the micronutrients. I think that's the most important thing is if you're going to undertake some sort of fasting, do it slowly and get some advice. But is when you do refuel yourself, make sure that you give yourself enough of the food. Otherwise, if you're in too much of a calorie deficit, then the body and the brain doesn't function the way it's meant to. So because I have been doing it for over 10 years, I have some experience and know how much I need to eat, and I do listen to my body. I think listening to your body is key. Even if you're not fasting, that is the number one thing. If you feel like you need to eat more. And that's the number one thing as well with going vegan or eating more plants is it is lower calories. It's less calorie dense than meat. So you do actually have to up the volume. A lot of people tend to go vegan and they don't consume enough calories and then they stop going vegan because they don't feel as good as what they thought. But you need to up the volume of how much you're actually eating. Does that kind of answer your question? Yeah. And then coffee? Yeah, I love coffee. Drink black coffee. That's my job.
Also a fan of coffee. She is a runner and someone who gets up very early to either run before I train my clients or I'm working as early as 5 AM. So I try not to overdo it though because I find that it affects my sleep if I have it after lunchtime. So I'll have max 2 or 3 a day. I have actually tried to go without it and I did get quite bad withdrawals. So I guess your body does learn to allow it. But I also think I've used it before. Fasted doing cardio in the mornings, and I found it really effective for weight loss. But that's something that people can experiment with. It's not for everyone either.
I love coffee as well. But I will say this, and only from my own experience and seeing it with clients, sometimes people will rely on coffee as food. Instead of eating food, they'll be drinking the coffee. So if you are a coffee lover, make sure that you're not consuming coffee over food. If it's like 10 o'clock, maybe you need a snack, and that might be just your pick-me-up that you need for the day. So maybe have a look at your consumption throughout the day, throughout the week, and make sure that you're replacing it with food and try eliminating it and having a play yourself. You may get jittery from it, so maybe it's not for you.
I'm a weirdo. I don't drink coffee. Did you never be on coffee? Goodness. And I've tried all the fancy coffees, you know, Melbourne and Paris and Italy, and that all tastes like burnt dirt to me. But one thing I do find, and it's more from an athletic perspective, I find because I don't take coffee, I am actually very sensitive to caffeine. And caffeine is a bit of a stimulant and does actually help you race a little bit better, I find. But it also does aim a little bit. So I find I'll try and take a caffeinated gel before a race, and I'm like, you know, like bouncing off the wall, and I find I feel a little bit less pain. It could be just a placebo, but I'll suck that back 24/7 and say, I have another question. Next guy. Yeah. Yep.
So Katie, this question is for you. And just like right, I thought your milestone birthday was 30. You look amazing.
Thank you.
I was just wondering about transitioning from like a bodybuilder style diet to plant-based. What does that look like? Was it like the equivalent, you know, like something chicken roast and seitan chicken, or yeah, I'm just curious. What does that look like?
We actually, I watched the Forks Over Knives documentary, which I highly recommend if you haven't seen it. And then we downloaded the recipe app, which is awesome because it's all simple plant-based recipes, and they don't actually use oil, so they don't really use oil because oil is quite calorie dense as well. So I do use oil in recipes to taste good, but I found if you are also looking at losing a bit of weight, the Forks Over Knives recipe app is awesome. And yeah, you just add water instead of oil so the food doesn't stick. So yeah, I was eating a lot of curries with lentils, tofu, and just experimenting. I'd actually go through and plan my week of meals, choosing from a different category. So it might be a burger one night, it might be a curry the next night, it might be a stew or soup. But just making sure the recipes I was selecting did have a little bit of protein in it. And again, I'm not obsessed with protein and don't eat a plate of carbohydrates because I feel like your body just goes to what it used to. Right? It tells you what you need. And when you're replacing animal proteins with plants, there's so much more fibre. So it's like a constant cleanse as well. It's like so good for you. So yeah, for me, it wasn't hard, but I did use a guide as recipes, and now it's kind of second nature. But yeah, if you are transitioning, I recommend. Well, I know Jansen's got a recipe book there. Yeah, and if you don't follow Jans, see the meals like on his Instagram. Amazing. So yeah, highly recommend.
Where are we?
Hi, thank you for organizing the panel and opportunity for us to ask questions. So my question is around good sources of omega-3, like vegetarian or vegan sources, because I've read a lot of studies that say that it's the bioavailability and conversion of omega-3 in vegetarian is quite poor compared to the marine sources. So what's your take on advice?
Dan's probably knows way more about this than I do, but I'm going to bundle my way through this, okay? So, yeah, people think that I'm going to get omega-3 from fish, but where do fish get it from? They eat algae, and one thing I do have every morning is a green smoothie. Maybe a bit of check meal, I don't know if I chuck a whole bunch of stuff in there, you know, kale and cheese seeds and whatever. I know I've got a whole bunch of stuff, but I do chuck a little bit of wild greens in it, like a teaspoon, which has a whole bunch of algae, etc. And also I chuck in some chia seeds or flaxseed. So I know they're high in omega-3. knows any omega-3 deficiencies. I don't even know what omega-3 deficiency looks like, but I'm still here. It seems to be working okay. I reckon Jan probably knows more about this than I do.
Yeah, I actually do take a supplement for that. So the body from flax seeds and from flax seeds and chia seeds, the body can't convert DHA to EPA. So I do take a supplement for that every day. And I do have one that covers B12 as well. You can get it from other sources, but yeah, I try and make sure that I get that in every day. And it's just two little tablets, and that's it for the whole day. So yeah.
Is something fish oil or something else?
No, not fish oil. It's made up of exactly what Brad just said. It's made up of a bunch of algae and flax oils. It's very dense. But yeah, no fish oil.
Can you share the brand if you don't mind?
Yeah, so I don't actually know the brand. So that's why I was trying to avoid saying the brand. I knew you were going to ask that question. I don't know the name of the brand, but yeah, I can't even think of those. I'm so sorry.
You'll be on one of Jan's Insta stories tomorrow.
Yeah, so if you want to send me a message when I get home, I'll have a look. And yeah, I'll send it to you. But it is Australian.
Mine's the same.
More or less the same.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Yeah. You want to I got this right back here.
Hey guys, thanks for coming in. Just a question, because obviously you guys are performing like at your peak ability. What would you recommend for like packaged and processed foods? Like vegan, gluten-free, but obviously it's packaged. You guys eat all your food from the ground up. So like, how do you make your diet enjoyable? And how highly would you recommend staying away from those kind of processed foods to perform at your top ability that you can?
Yeah.
Great question, thanks. I think your body craves what you give it. So if you keep giving it packaged foods and processed things, then you're actually going to want to crave that.
Yeah.
And you're going to want to give in. But to be honest, like, my diet is, like I said before, 90 to 80% all whole foods, but I will have some packaged foods every now and then. I have chocolate every day. That may surprise some of you, but I would rather satisfy that part of my brain than go on and binge on a whole bunch of junk food because I haven't given it that, serotonin boost. So I have clean chocolate every day. But to stay away from processed foods, what I used to do is I used to go on and do fasting, but now I've learned to just feed myself all whole foods, and like I said, your body will crave more whole foods if you give it more whole foods. Treat yourself every now and then, but yeah, I mean, I don't really ever have cravings for packaged kind of things because I don't feed it that every day. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah. What I believe is when you do the first transition, going from eating meat to vegan, you do want a little bit of junk. And so I try and tell myself and my clients to say, yeah, I can have it, but have it within reason. So work out your calories, or depending on your goals, make sure that it's within reason that you're going to still hit your goals. Just like Jen said, you do crave it, it's got sugar in it, and they've made these products so that you want to eat more of them. So tell yourself, yes, I'll have a little bit, put in Ziploc bags, whatever you need to do to restrict yourself so you don't have a lot of it. But yeah, tell yourself tell yourself yes, but not in a massive quantity, because you will binge eat. Well, I have binge eat, and much like you, Jens, I have chocolate every single day, but small squares.
Hello. General question for anyone on the panel. So I train in the morning. Do you recommend, cardio before weights, and should I eat before I train?
What's your goal?
Or mostly just weight loss and training up, really. Not really exercising myself more time needed.
Yeah. Yeah, my personal opinion is when you are fatigued and you go do weights, your form isn't going to be that great. So I personally do the strength side first, and then I can go out and do the run or the cycle, the swim, because you're not so worried about how you're moving. And I feel then that way when you do the weights, your body's started to burn up, and then you can exert those extra burn in the calories when you're doing the training.
I think it's just about working out what's best for you. Some people feel great in the morning, some people have a lot more energy in the afternoon to do their weights. So when I was doing more weight training, I would do my cardio first in the morning fasted, and then I'd do weights in the afternoon. And that works for me. Some people will do their weights and then cardio straight after. But yeah, whatever, I think with weights, it's good to have some food on board, so you can get the most out of the session.
Yeah, I'll reiterate that. I actually I'm not as hardcore fasting as Jansen is, but I do like to extend my period of no eating. So, and I'll generally train in the morning. I'll generally try and do that without any food in my belly. So that just basically makes it a little bit easier for me to have this extended period of fasting. I find that works well for me. But Katie point, it's not that often. It's logistically, I find it's easier. I'm sure Katie does to train first thing in the morning. But, it's just easier, basically.
I agree. Get up and train before your brain knows what you're doing.
Let's go. Yeah, question.
Just curious if you guys get your blood done periodically just to check in about making micronutrients and other vitamins.
I can answer that. First of all, I keep on my first Wednesday. So this is one thing I would recommend if you are considering adopting a plant-based diet. And it is new, it is often a little bit different, particularly if you want to perform it as your highest level possible. It's very important to actually get good advice. So I hate to think that people hang me on, oh yeah, we're going to go vegan, and I'm okay. You should take an informed decision and plan. I went to a sports nutritionist, they analyse my diet, the general whatever they say, maybe a little bit more protein, a little bit more iodine occasionally. But I do get my blood checked, I did early on, just to keep an eye on things. But because it was so boring, my B12 and iron, etc., were all okay. Even though they were actually bad when I was eating meat, because they were okay, I more or less just stopped bothering getting tested.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I go once every maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
Thanks. Any other questions from the audience?
Oh, here we go.
I just want to ask you guys, I've been vegan for 3 months.
Where are we?
The only problem is I really like you guys.
What was it? Sorry?
I can't have money, so if you're 3 months vegan, if you like money,
Yeah.
you can't have it. Then I can have a crack at it.
I have honey. That's probably the only thing. There is like other agave and lots of different things that you can try. But yeah, I do have honey.
I actually prefer maple syrup. So have you tried maple syrup? I think, no? Okay. Maple syrup or rice bran syrup. I think it's just getting used to it. Yeah. I think one of my favourite snacks is actually the jewel dates. Take a pip out and top of it nut butter or peanut butter. Again, I make my own peanut butter in the 30 minutes, so that's amazing.
You shred coconut on it and
So there is a company, they're called Bunny, with a V. They're pretty new, but yeah, it's like a vegan honey. So if you want to search that up, it's Bunny, but without the H, I'm replacing it with V.
And also, sorry, one last word. Agave is a great substitute, and it's actually more nutrient dense. So if you're going to have the sweet stuff, I like to really maximise my nutrient intake. But I also think for me, vegan is going to be a little bit controversial, is that it may not necessarily mean no natural products or honey as well. For me, vegan is about minimising my harm. So if I can minimise that to the most reasonable and practical extent possible, that's a great outcome. From an athletic perspective, I do consider it more focused on plant-based performance. Whole food idea that maximising health and fitness is about focusing on whole food, plant-based sources of food, nutrient density. If you have a little bit of honey, not have all the vegan police on you, so the same one for any other questions?
Double marathon, what's the triathlon? I think imagine going around the world for 250 kilometers. How much of this, and thank you for all the good ideas, how much of this is really diet and how much is mindset?
Oh, good question. The first thing is, how much is it related to your diet and your mindset to achieve the goal? Is that what you mean?
Your personal success, how much of that's going to take time? For example, you started off by saying what you were able to do, and then when you changed to change your diet to a vegan diet, performance levels is going to take care.
Yeah.
But you also have to have something in your head that says, I can do that. I can do 250
Yeah.
I can target 10 kilometers.
My answer is it starts in the mind. So the nutrition helps you with your performance, but if you don't believe it, and I've seen it with clients, when they tell me that they can't do something, they physically cannot achieve that thing, no matter what nutrition, no matter what training they do. So if you don't believe it, then I believe that you can't achieve it. And so the mind, it starts from there, and then it works down on all the other levels.
Yeah, it's similar. I think you have to really want it to achieve it. So to start, obviously the diet helps hugely, and I think it does actually help you to help as well in plant-based. But for me, it's something that I've been working on with the ultra marathons and the backyard ultras I've been doing have really helped me like become more mentally stronger as well, because I'm testing my limits. So it kind of works hand in hand. And for me, running has been a great source of therapy since COVID hit and other things that happened in my life. So I think it all kind of feeds off each other.
Jansen talked about it, the cows have no life ahead quickly. I remember when I did Ultraman, which is crazy. Don't do it, but anyway. I know there's a couple of Ultraman guys on the back road slowly, but for me, yeah, diet got me 10% of the way there. I had this almost bravado, completely, almost false confidence that I could just do anything. But I honestly, and I know Scott, one of my friends, who was part of my Ultraman crew, he saw me at some pretty ordinary positions, and like honestly, real bad. And I honestly, like, my mental state was, I would have run for a brick wall to finish that race. It was just so focused. There wasn't any plan B. I was just, whatever it takes, I'm going to finish that race and crunch a whole bunch of omnivores in the process. So, whatever it takes.
Amazing question. Doing a big challenge isn't something that you should, because you're vegan or you've got a strong mindset, just walk into without any sort of training. We see it all the time now, especially with social media pushing. You've got your David Goggins and all those kind of people out there saying you can do anything or whatever. Sure, you can, but at what cost to your body? So going into a 250 kilometre run, for me, I had a serious amount of training going into it. Yes, the diet, like you said, is only 10% of it. The mind is only another fraction of it. But the lead up into it is way and far more important when you're going to be undertaking such a massive challenge. I love David Goggins. He's getting people out there to move a lot more, which I think is amazing. But again, like, I want to be running till I'm 100 years old. Do you know what I mean? I want to be doing these challenges after challenges and tearing my body down, even though I am fueling myself with the right food. Getting that ego out of the way and actually doing it properly, and going into the plan and doing it correctly. I came out of that 250 kilometre run and I was fine. I was 200 kilometres in and I was still walking and laughing. So sure enough, you can do it without a plan and rock up and smash it out, but at what cost to your body? I wanted to finish that big achievement healthy, and I did it. So yeah, diet definitely helps, but
but also, seeking professionals or people with a lot of experience before you go into doing something like that. Yeah, that's kind of my view on what's going on right now with Instagram and TikTok and social media, with everyone undertaking a lot of challenges. But yeah, diet is definitely plays a big part of it in your recovery and doing this stuff.
Truth bombs up here. We've probably got time for one more question. If you'd like to reach out to any of these guys, we're going to stick around for a while. We're going to chat to us, ask them on all the questions. Obviously, you can follow us on social media, etc. I'm sure everyone's probably already following James already, but I know I've got one more question right at that.
Thanks very much, guys, for sharing your experiences and opinions. I just wanted to ask, Katie said before about tofu, she mentioned it a couple of times. I know in the bodybuilding world it's a very mixed opinion. A lot of people think that it promotes estrogen and things like that. Do you avoid tofu for that reason?
Yeah. Well, I believe in everything in moderation, and I believe that tofu, I'm not a dietitian, I believe that your body doesn't mimic estrogen the way that, other products do. So, I think it's totally safe. I think there's a lot of misinformation out there, but I'm probably not the first person to ask, and I don't have a lot of it in my diet anyway, but I do drink soy milk, I don't avoid soy products. A little bit of everything's okay in my books.
If I can comment from a guy's perspective, because I think you're putting that man I eat both food and tempeh, meat, protein. If soy products actually did make our boobs bigger, it would be the #1 selling product on the planet. Let's face it. So I think it's complete rubbish. I think there's a far greater risk eating or drinking something that comes from the boobs of a cow relative to soy. That's just my humble opinion. Any further comments?
No. Like Katie, you can ask Kia, she's a professional here, she's a dietitian, but it's genetically modified to a degree. So if you can have more whole foods and have that in your diet, then go for that.
Look, this has been a wonderful chat. Thank you guys so much for coming on today. I think we have also amazing panelists. Stick around if you want to ask further questions. Click on enjoy the rest of your maybe Brisbane Vegan Expo.
Oh, fun. Oh, fun. Sorry. It's like, don't let me hanging anymore. Yeah.
So you're going to want to hang around for a Japanese cooking demonstration.
Japanese?
Thank you.
You crashed it.
Well done.
That was awesome. I got it right. Wait till I said my picture.
Yeah, I loved you. You were funny, entertaining.
I wanted the man food question. I'm like, yes, it's the last question.
Oh, that was good. That was funny.